As 25 Investigates first uncovered in our reporting on sex abuse in public schools, state privacy laws are keeping many allegations against child predators secret. I went directly to the leaders of the Massachusetts House and Senate to find out if a bevy of bills have the support they need to close loopholes that allow people to prey on kids and get away with it.
Massachusetts has a black eye, and we need to catch up.
The Commonwealth has fallen behind when it comes to passing laws to protect our kids, says Jetta Bernier, executive director of Mass Kids, an organization dedicated to preventing child sexual abuse.
Those who abuse children work very hard not to get caught.
That's why she says Mass Kids supports a series of proposed bills to update laws around child sex abuse and create new ones, including the closing of an age of consent loophole. Currently, the age of consent in Massachusetts is 16.
So if you have a cunning abuser who wants to groom a child up until the age of 16, then become sexually involved with that student, the police cannot investigate, the DA cannot file charges, nothing happens.
It's shocking and appalling that we haven't seen fit to pass this law yet.
A proposed law would raise the age of consent to 19 for sexual activity with adults in a position of authority, 22 for special education students. Beyond that, Suffolk County District Attorney Kevin Hayden says prosecutors have to prove a child did not consent to sexual abuse in the moment it was happening to them.
Is that just crazy to you? Often in those moments, they are frozen.
That's right. And most often it's as a result of someone that's in a position of trust, whether it be a member of the clergy, whether it be a coach, whether it be a teacher, that are grooming them and preying upon them.
25 Investigates found many bills to prevent sex abuse in schools by enhancing screening for school employees, going beyond background checks, mandating education around child sex abuse in schools, and providing students with developmentally appropriate trainings on boundary violations. 25 Investigates found a pattern of school staff being investigated for sexual abuse, then finding jobs at other schools. More than a dozen states, including Connecticut and Vermont, have already passed laws to end so-called passing the trash.
That's another loophole that we have to focus on.
Why hasn't legislation passed here? Supporters say lawmakers haven't prioritized the bills. 25 Investigates brought the issue to two of the most powerful people on Beacon Hill.
Do you support any of the bills put forth again this session that would raise age of consent, eliminate statute of limitations, mandate training within schools?
These are hard issues and really serious issues to consider, and we will discuss them in the Senate and take a hard look at them.
Critics are saying Massachusetts is really lagging behind many other states, even in New England.
As a former teacher for 12 years, I take that problem very, very seriously. I haven't studied those bills. I haven't spent a lot of time analyzing them, but it's what the committee process is for.
Some lawmakers on Beacon Hill are even calling to update the laws they helped create.
We need to send a clear message that in this instance of child sexual abuse, the statute of limitations law does not work.
State Rep John Lawn has a bill ending the statute of limitations for reporting child sex abuse, which now stands at 53. State Senator Will Brownsberger wants to remove the cap on damages victims can be awarded in civil cases.
Let's leave it to judges and juries to do the right thing as opposed to putting a number on it.
Supporters call all of the changes critical to giving survivors a shot at justice.
What is taking Massachusetts so long to address this?
Well, I don't know, but prayerfully it's not going to take us much longer at all.
And giving children a shot at being protected in places that are meant to be safe.
Do you have any hope for this session?
We are always hopeful because we're fighting for kids.
Massachusetts does not have a ban on educator sexual misconduct, but 39 other states and the District of Columbia do. In New England alone, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Connecticut all have laws that specifically criminalize educator misconduct. For 25 Investigates, I'm Carrie Kavanaugh.